Men of Reddit, what's the worst piece of advice your mom gave you on women? In my teenage years, women like mysterious men. What I thought she meant, being shy and introverted was fine as long as I was mysterious. What I found out it actually meant, being 5 feet 8 inches, average looking, and trying to be the strong and silent type is not a great way to get women to come talk to you. I still chuckle at the thought of her attempting to give a roundabout way of telling me to be myself. It backfired slightly, but I realized I actually needed to make the first move sometimes later down the line. Don't worry, women can be like that. About my ex that used to beat me up in my sleep, get emotionally overreactive when she wasn't getting enough attention and make up lies about me to her friends and family. Allowed the abuse to go on for 5 years, my mother really liked her and thought she was the best thing to happen to me. To say it's created distance between my mum and I is an understatement. Finally started getting therapy this year. My brother was the only one who was supportive of that. Rest of my family looked at me like I'd crossed a line that couldn't be uncrossed, simply by telling them I'm seeing a therapist. Clearly they all fear being talked about. You need to provide for a full family alone. Women weren't meant to go to work but to stay at home and look after the house and kids. Said by my mum who has worked full-time for the past 30 years, I'm 26 years old. Gave me a really bad view on dating when I finished school and started working because I don't earn a lot of money and I was scared of being rejected at every turn due to my low income. Still mentality adjusting from this one, but I have to admit, it's the shittiest advice I've ever heard. You'll meet a girl when you least expect it. I met your father at work, we saw each other in the cafeteria. Don't try so hard, it doesn't matter because love just happens and you'll just know. But sadly I don't think she realized that no one glanced across cafeterias at her wildly unattractive overweight turtle of a son. And oddly enough I spent a large portion of my younger years making eye contact with every female I saw in a vain attempt at sparking some magical moment, and instead made women think I was always just staring at them like a serial killer. It was a long lonely life. Met my wife in a chat room of all places, been married 10 years, together 19 with 3 kids. So who knows? Chivalry and kindness to the girls you meet. They are precious angels. At my all-boys school, we had a special one-day program that introduced us to an all-girls school to acclimate us boys to regular social interaction with girls when we graduated and moved on to college. We boys came out of that trip white as sheets. The kind boys like me took the worst of it. I distinctly remember my class bully actually comforting me on our bus ride back to our school. Your guys' moms gave you advice? My mom never talked to me about girls. Ever. If anything, she'd tell my brother to watch out because girls are the ones who actually go nuts and act all wild. That's not to say that can't be true, but odd thing to warn my brother about. Probably because I never talked to my folks about girls and dating much, on top of them teasing me about liking girls, I never talked to them about it either. So it's weird to me when people talk to their parents about their partners/dating issues. Man, I'm so fucked lol. Top this, just because she had a child doesn't mean she wouldn't love you. You know what she does love, mom? Free room and board, her kids that she gave birth to from another man that isn't doing crap for her, food stamp perhaps, a cell phone that a man paid for, food, etc. The last thing she loves is you, the man. The place you lived in until she lived there is more important than you, the man who got the place. Mind you, this is coming from a woman that had 3 kids with 3 different dads. What are they after? Everything you have, but for free.